Hello and welcome to this video A01 in the series about autodidactic learning objects. The A series focuses on technical details, and this particular video, A1, will discuss the use of random numbers in GeoGebra. My name is Jonas Hall, and I'm also known as the Mad Mathematician. So, random numbers. Random numbers are, as you know, something that can be produced by dice. If you throw a die, it can come up as a 1 or a 2 depending on chance. And to simulate this, we have a number of commands in GeoGebra. In Swedish, the commands begin with the word slump, and in English this would be random. And we're first going to have a look at the command slumptal mellan, which is random between in English. It asks for two integers, so I put in 1 and 6. So slumptal mellan 1, 6, random between 1, 6, will produce a number. And this number is random. And in order to throw the die, as you might say, you press F9, which is on the keyboard. So press F9, and just as in Excel, this random number will regenerate itself. In GeoGebra, you can also hit Ctrl R, and this is short for recalculate, so Ctrl R for recalculating a random number. This can obviously be done again. If I press arrow down, I can create a new number. I can do that again. So I now have 3 random numbers which all work independently of each other, and I can add them. Total equals A plus B plus C. So this is the equivalent of throwing 3 6-sided die, 3 die 6. Right, so that's simulating dice. You may want to have a continuous distribution of random numbers, and the simplest command there is the slumpfördelning, which is random distribution in English, and this will produce a flat distribution. So if you put in from 0 to 1, this will produce a random number. We may want to distinguish that from ABC, so let's say flat equals, and every time I press F9 or Ctrl R, I get a new random number between 0 and 1. Okay, so that's a continuous distribution of random numbers, as opposed to the discrete distribution that we got with the random between command. There are other commands. If you want something else than a flat distribution, all we have to do is look in the list, and you can see that there is something called binomial distribution, or Poisson distribution, or normal distribution. So you can have those distributions as well. One very interesting command is the random element list, but to use that we will first create a list. Now, working with these autodidactic objects, you may want to give some feedback in the type of let's say, wow, great, good job, super, well done, that sort of thing. So let's create a list of texts like that. So let's say good texts is the name of the list, and a list is always enclosed in braces, these curly little things, klamrar in Swedish, and texts of course have quotation marks around them, so something like this, and we separate each element with commas. And perhaps we can settle for those three. So there's my list, and I can now type the command slump element or random element of this list, which name was good texts, and let's name that something like random feedback RF. And what we got was a text in the graphics window called well done. I can't see anything in the algebra window because texts are automatically defined as auxiliary objects, hjälpobjekt. You can show these by clicking here. If you don't see this field, you can click the little triangle to open it, and then click the button, and you can see the text RF equals well done. And this is a dynamic random text picked in random from the list of good texts. So when I press Ctrl R or F9, I get different texts. Of course, I may get the same text several times in a row depending on the number of texts and my luck. Those three commands, the random between, slumptal mellan, to produce the dice, the random distribution, slumpfördelning, and the random element, which produces this text from the list of texts, are normally all you need to produce whatever random elements you need in your autodidactic learning objects. So this will conclude video A01 about random numbers. Thank you.